Um, my message is a negative one. You live on Satan, damn the house, and cursed her, where evil reigns. Why does the abuser bully? Why are not they ever questioned? The bully is never questioned in Little House on the Prairie. Harriet Awesome. Character. Major bully. Major asshole. Should be reprimanded, sometimes is, by Mrs. Engelman. Character, I don't even know. But at any rate, why that is just fiction, but it's based off of reality. Man, I forget that one show. Actually, me and my dead husband always treat me like shit. He knew like some TV shows that I'd like. It was a kid wrote a real life story about his life, and some people do. There's lots and lots, and whatever. Okay, it was, but Sanford and Son is probably all really good transcripts. Mr. Seinfeld, his transcripts all real. They're I mean, that's why they're great. They're not, you can't tell who it would be by the changing of the names and stuff, but it was a real life situation. And, it just turns out great. This is what, say I hated my husband, so I hate, but there was a tiny bit of good. There's a tiny bit of good in one Hell Earth. Alright, so me going on with, Earth Hell, nobody should be tortured. And it's hell because the bully never ever is is barely ever questioned. And All in the Family, Archie, the bully. Meathead is the only one who stands up and wins sometimes. Well, sometimes Archie then, gives in and says, I guess you're right. I guess I'm wrong. Like 1% of the time. I barely ever watched, any TV shows, but when I was married and it was awful, I at least got to watch Me TV, and that was on almost every day. 2 months, and I'm suicidal, sleeping in bed with my husband. He's on porn on his fucking phone the whole fucking day, and then he expects me to hug him at night. Then I'm crying on the phone, and my counselor, Sean, I don't know how to say that. Somebody who I thought was a true friend, and is not. I'm calling 2 people on the phone. One's a counselor, and my husband would not let me out of his sight for 5 months. So pretend a lot of narcissists knew that, and he did the same thing. And it's just, it will make you go insane. I went insane. I had to walk to the grocery store. I had to pray. I had to ask people to pray for me. People at least listened to me and at least said, I'm so sorry you're going through that. You shouldn't be going through that. I got a lot of that in my life, and that would be God speaking through anyone. If that person would be a mean person or whatever, well, they were nice to me. I'm crying. What am I supposed to do? My husband, James, beat me up. Is that where you got your black eye? Well, try to leave the best you can. Well, what am I supposed to do? You have anywhere to go? Well, then you have to probably try to go to the shelter. Yeah, but it's COVID. Well, then you have to time it correctly. You have no one to help you out. Well, I can't help you out. And I was always so desperate. I just wanted anyone to help me out. And then there's so many families that look normal, and I'm like, wow, it'd be nice to go in with them. And it'd be nice to have a stable, safe, secure home. And most people never had that. But then I will go with Susan Whitman. Late Susan Whitman was abused to death by her dad. And I just don't understand how she never ever was real with her abuse. So her abuse from her dad destroyed her, and that's my opinion. I worked with her and she treated me like shit. So she chose to treat me like shit and put me down and, like, you know, tear me to shreds. This other little girl, you know, and she, like, teared her to shreds too. Because, yeah, I mean, these people that were never emotionally healed, they are emotionally stunted. So she's attacking us. We're two girls that work for her. She's attacking us like, you know, you don't know what you're doing. No, you, I can't trust you. You know, like, no, yeah, absolutely no trust. Screaming at us, we don't know what we're doing. We organize an area. Well, I didn't tell you to do that. Well, now you just wasted all this time. And it's like, no, you want to organize your store. But no, late Susan Whitman was not happy with herself. She was not. She did not love herself whatsoever at all. She just was an empty shell, like, hurting and crying. And, you know, her and her husband, they're probably, she did have a relationship with her husband, but it went sour a long time ago. I mean, whatever she's going through and whatever he's going through. He unfortunately did cheat on her, but it was her, she worked, like, she was abused and she was never healed from her abuse, so she was a workaholic. But she was also an alcoholic. But then, that's what she chose, to be a workaholic, to deal with her pain, to not think about it. And that's what a lot of victims do. They never, my dad was one, you know, workaholic. There's a possibility, well, in my opinion, like, a couple of interviews about late Tom Petty, his dad was a definite, control freak with his different lyrics and his and he also admitted to how violent his dad was when he was 5 years old. He was going to write a book. He threw kids throwing a rock at a car. What's the harm of that? I wouldn't even do anything harm. And back when Tom Petty was living, okay, as a little kid, as a little 5-year-old. All right. His dad attacked him and made him suffer. And he's like, you know, there was no excuse for that, basically, was his response. But the attack of his dad was vicious. Like, he, you know, making a little 5-year-old want to die. You know, like, that's what emotionally stunts you, and it, you know, makes you out to lash out against someone. And I barely have ever done that. I did that to my kid. I apologized to my kid right away. I was yelling, made him cry, so I said, punch me, punch me. I can't believe I made you cry. I'm not right for to do that. I didn't make my younger son cry. My younger son never left me. But, I mean, I would be in, like, an okay person, like, you know, I'm totally fair. And, like, there might be certain things I disagree on, but let's agree to disagree, and let's say, oh, okay, well, if there would be a living situation, then I need my own lockout then. So I would need another entry to, like, the third floor area if you don't want me, like, in the living situation. And when I do have to use downstairs for throwing for trash or whatever, like once a week, like, I'd have a sink and a toilet up there, and that's all I'd need. And then I could, like, maintain, but, like, a week I'd have to say, okay, no one's in the house, I'm just gonna go clean my dishes and all that for the week's dishes that piled up, but I wiped all the dishes down, now I'm throwing out all my trash. Like, I'm a very fair, like, you're grown, you do what but this is a lockout. And that's what a lot of people need. Now, I could use my younger son and his father. We needed a lockout. Now, he said that he needed a lockout from me, but no, it's the other way around. The same with pretend narcissists. No, these people are vicious. They attack you. They're really just out of the blue, just like, I don't care how much you were abused. The father of my 2 children threw his work boot in front of me, and I was pregnant. So I had a miscarriage, like, pretty much after, like, 2 different times he was super abusive to me. Whatever. So I should actually have notes, like most people do when they do videos. None of mine are that way. To be more organized, to know, exactly, to stay on the point or whatever. Alright, well, I have whatever, my videos are positive, and whoever watches them publicly, whoever can get them, just think, like, over half of the world, way over half the world right now, because of all the disasters that went on, would not be able to have access to the internet at all. I mean, who cares about me? Patrick Teehan is a lot better than me, but had a lot more support, but I'm okay. I'm average. Like, well, I repeat myself way too much, but that's because I was always fought against by all these pretend narcissists. Oh, you would never harm my late asshole, horrifying husband. Late. He's supposed to peaceably leave me. Like, what? Why torture me? Yeah, we don't get along. Just divorce me then. Like, whatever. Well, then don't leave me anything. Just let me try to live in the mission. Nah, I can't live without you. Oh my God, fucking psychopath. That's evil. When you attack and then you go 180. Totally opposite after viciously attacking somebody. You can't. That's insanity. Complete denying violent abusers are insane. They will not admit to what they did was wrong. Okay, the end of this video is getting taken too long. I brought up characters like bullies. Always are accepted. Sanford and son Fred, the character Fred. Wow, I don't even know his name. I think his character was his name, and that's it. That is his name. Late Fred. So these characters, bullies,